So first of all, I want to apologize if there's a lot of noise in the background because I'm sleeping right next to a river. And if you can't tell, I'm in a little adobe house. It's super cute. I'm gonna show some better videos in a second. So last night I ended up at this eco architecture Airbnb space, and it was New Year's Eve. I wasn't trying to be in the city or even at home for it because it was going to be super crazy loud partying, and I'm right now in a space of focusing in on all of my projects and work and myself, and I really wanted a space where I could chill and rest for my trip that's about to come. It was such a trip to get here. I mean, it wasn't all that bad until the colectivo that took me out here, because it's an hour and a half outside of Bogota, dropped me off at like just some random street, and he was just like dropping everyone's shit off on the side of the road, and I should have just like stayed in and been like, no, I want to go to the bus terminal, because he was going there anyways. But yeah, so it was a small town, and there was no taxis or anything. There was just these little tuk-tuks, and first of all, there wasn't a lot, and it's New Year's Eve. Everyone was busy. So when I finally talked to one, they were trying to tell me that he couldn't take me all the way up and that I would have to walk the rest of the way, and I'm like carrying 70 pounds worth of shit. And I'm like, nah, I can't do that. I can't pay you and then still have to walk a lot of the way. So I'm waiting, trying to look for someone else, because he said that there's just cars with espresso on the side that are supposed to be taking people around. Never seen one. So finally I gave up because I needed to get a car to get here, because the road is really steep. It's a little bit of a dirt road, and it's not off of the main road, so I could have just been dropped off from the bus. So when I finally give up and I'm just like, fuck it, I'm gonna find a hostel in town because I'm tired, I don't have time for this shit, and this dude comes up to me, and I didn't really understand him at first. I thought he was just a dude being a creep, because he's like, hola hermosa, and then was saying stuff. And then finally he's like, oh, so you want to go up? I have a car. You're the one that wants to go to the Reserva, right? I'm like, oh yeah, that's me. And I guess like the tuk-tuk guy I was talking to, he called his friend, told him that I was there, and I've already been like waiting for an hour at this point, and he finally shows up. So I'm like, okay, perfect. So we go up. I'm really glad that I came. When I got here, I was greeted by some nice people. They had an event going on for the new year. It was like an ecstatic dance. They were cooking some dinner. Yeah, just like a whole little new year ceremony. And yeah, it's pretty cool here. It's not a community, they say, but it really has the vibes of it. Like, apparently only 2 people live here, but a lot of people volunteer, like shortish term, little longer term, and it's a lot like the vibes of like a really social hostel, but not party vibes, and I really like it. It's pretty dope. This is like exactly the kind of places and spaces that I like to be in, and people that I like to be around, and I'm excited to explore the rest of it, because honestly, like, I got here at night, so I was in the main space upstairs, or like up the hill, and yeah, there's only so much that I could see. So, but it looked really beautiful. The architecture, again, it's all eco architecture, so I'm really excited to show you guys and see for myself. So first I'm gonna start off with showing you my space, and don't mind the mess because I just got up and I haven't even got dressed yet. So there's another door, and this is where the waterfall's at. It's like a tiny little waterfall, but still, it's so cute. It's peaceful at night. Not the best quality, but I couldn't just say that there's a waterfall and just not show it, you know? So one thing I forgot to mention is it's called Reserva Botanica because there's over 200 Colombian plants and trees and species of stuff planted around here. One of the hosts when I first got here, we were standing next to this plant called green blind, and he picked it and was like, here, try this, and it tasted like green apple. And here it is from the outside. Bamboo is used for the frame, and then the walls are filled in with a mixture of clay and straw. Then glass bottles are also used to fill in the walls. It gives earth homes that aesthetic, but it's also more so for upcycling purposes. Unfortunately, I don't know what the material is that they use for the ceiling and the underside of the roof, but I feel like it might be palm. It is a plant though for sure. Alright, and right next door is the bathroom. So the walls are made out of like a kind of burlap material, so it's very lightweight, but it's not see-through. And this lampshade is made out of like clay. And there's a spider web. Anyways, back to the bathroom. Here is the vanity and sink. I love how everything is bamboo. All the water that they use here is from the river, so best believe those showers are cold as shit! There's a dry toilet, aka compost toilet. Cute window. I don't know what material this is called, but this is the roof, and it looks like they have like a plastic bag on top of it because they are green roofs. It might be hard to see from this angle, but this is a whole living roof on top, aka green roof. Oh, and I forgot, there's this really cute piece of art. And now we're going up the hill to the main house. I forgot to take videos going up, so here's a picture of the house from the front. So here's one side of the front that you come to when you first come up the stairs. In that door is the kitchen. And then to the left up those little stairs is the bathrooms, and up those stairs, I don't know what it was. I thought it was rooms and I didn't want to walk up in someone's room. But back to the kitchen, they have a really cool chef that cooks all day every day, and he makes really good organic, vegetarian, healthy food using a lot of ingredients and stuff that they plant around the property. One of the things that I love about eco-architecture is when they incorporate the natural environment that's already there and build around it or onto it, like how they do with this big rock wall. Like they use it as a tool, they don't try and get rid of it, and they just build with it. And I just think that's so creative. And then there's other things, like there's a little bit of water that comes out of the rocks, and instead of trying to change nature, they just figure out a way to guide the water. I really appreciate buildings and homes that differ so much from the super minimalist, modern, overly clean, super sleek, soulless buildings that we have today. Like the thought and care that goes into making a space like this and learning how to work with your environment and making something unique. Like, it's just so human. And like when people incorporate art into their spaces and just make the space itself an art, I love it so much. Close up of that window, because why not? And now we're back up at the front looking at the other side of the deck where people eat and they dry the dishes out in the sun. And then we got our view of nature, no city in sight. And I like how they just got food growing everywhere. These are beans, at least some of these vines are. Then through that door on the deck, we have this big room that they call the womb, and it's where they have all of their events with a nice big skylight and all of that bamboo. If you can't tell, I love buildings with bamboo. And we're back outside again. Here they have a cute little bar area. I seen that there was a slide, so of course I had to walk up it, and when I did, I discovered that the whole roof was a garden with a whole path and everything. From up here, you could see all the little skylights. I thought these ones were cool because they're car windows, and I love when people get creative and upcycle shit. And as you could see here, there's like a big glass door on a couple of these skylights. And this is a chimney. If you remember that long, I guess, pole that was going through the ceiling of the womb. We've came to the end of the green roof garden, and now we're going up the hill to explore. Yo, this leaf is black. It's so beautiful. I love exploring places like this and just nature in general because, of course, it's so grounding. And with everything that's going on in the world today, we definitely all could use some more of that. I actually very recently decided to take a break from social media, not including YouTube, because I do enjoy the creative process of creating content and want to put out more positive things like this, like things that people are doing that are making the world better. I would like to focus more on solutions and want to do that more because I've caught myself focusing a lot on all this shit that's going on in the world, and it's kind of hard not to when all you do is follow journalists and activists and like are constantly staying up to date with the current news of the world. One, because like I care, I want to see what's going on, but I realized it's not doing anything for me to be doing that to myself. I already know that there is a lot of work to be done in the world, and I'm doing work myself, and there's no reason for me to continue to be pissed off or cry or whatever because of the things that are going on. It's not helping my process. So I decided to take a break from all of that because something that I learned from my travels is there is so much good in the world. I used to be a pessimist before I started traveling, and then I seen all the beautiful things that are being done, and especially like when you're in nature, nature doesn't worry about all of that. It just bees, and I want to come back to that state. And I want to bring more hope to the world through the lens of my travels because the world really is beautiful and there are things that are being done to help. So that is what I'll choose to share on here. Thank you guys for watching and see you in the next one.